Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Happy Friday. So, um, we are back for another practice session. We shall see how yesterday's tone has, if it sticks around for today. I do want to try something different today, which is to use musicians' earplugs. Because now that I have had enough time enjoying my lovely supported sound, my actual, for the first time in my life, properly supported sound, I now want to know what it sounds like with the earplugs in. And I'm thinking maybe next week I might review this stream, just like spots here and there, to see how I sound with the super supported sound plus the earplugs, because I'm going to guess I can hear a little bit more of my like naked sound with no room reverb. So yeah, that is the plan. Today is to try, I wanted to try it out with musicians earplugs because I was giving it some thought last night and I was like, I want to change things up for Friday. So we're going to try it out and see what happens today. But as I get my flute out, I'm going to catch up with you guys. So hello, Alden. Hello, Vlad. Deanna, Michael, Leon, hello and welcome. How are you? How are you all doing? Happy Friday, everyone. Um, so Vlad, is that you that made the loudest sound you've heard on the flute, I'm guessing? Is that right? Is that right? Um okay, so let me put all this together. Ah, Rogue, how are you? Welcome. I know, Return of the Ibert. And like, you know what? I'm kind of surprising myself with how quickly I'm making it through the Ibert, because I used to spend like an entire month or two on just like one movement, and I did manage to make it through the entire thing within a month, actually within 3 weeks, because I missed a week of streaming. Big vibes, welcome back. Welcome back. Exhausted but getting by. I feel you. I feel you. Oh, okay. So Vlad, it was in a concert. Final choir moments of Bruckner's Third Mass. Impossible to replicate in any recording. That's very true. Doubled your heart rate in seconds and left you with a huge smile on your face. That's so fantastic. Oh yes, thank you, Deanna. I will make sure to, you know, roll out my shoulders, make sure my support is going. Um, if my support is going, it actually kind of like rolls my shoulders back for me. So it's always a good indication of whether or not I'm actually supporting well. Um, so Leon is asking about my page turner. So this is a page turner that one of my students uses. She brought it with her to Italy, where, you know, back in July, I got to teach for 2 weeks at Interharmony International Music Festival. And she found this one. It's called, I'm not joking, guys, Laccato with a K, not a G. And the reason why she liked this, and the same reason why I liked it, two things. One is that when you press on the pedal, it's silent. It's not a click. There's no audible click. The other is that it is USB-C rechargeable. So there, you don't have to like put batteries in, take batteries out, etc. You just charge it like how you charge a phone. And there's actually a surprising number of Bluetooth page turners that click and use batteries. It's very quite strange. So she did some research and found this one, and she really liked it. And I watched her use it in Italy. Worked out great. So I ended up buying one too. It's just on Amazon. No big deal. So yeah, exactly. You saw it on Amazon for $39.99. I think like it frequently goes on sale. So you can I think I ended up getting this for around $30, something like that, because it goes on sale so frequently. So yeah, you guys can try this one. I'm sure there are many other ones out there that are great. It's just that this one I watched my student use. I know it works. It's very simple to use, pretty much plug and play. And yeah, like I like it. It's great. No click. That's what I wanted. So yeah. Let's see. Alden, you've been playing some slow jazz from South Africa by Abdullah Ibrahim. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. That is great. But yeah, so I do use this now with my just the PDFs that I have on here on my desktop. My computer does not actually like my desktop. It's old enough that we got, I guess it was the motherboard. John built this computer for me. It's old enough that we got one that did not have Bluetooth built in. So I just bought like the tiniest USB Bluetooth dongle that I think it cost me like $12. It's really, really cheap. $11. I think I got that one on sale too. And so that's how I'm using this with my desktop. But yeah, really all it is it's actually just a pedal that's configured with keyboard keys. So you can it can either be page up, page down, left and right arrow keys, up and down arrow keys, left click or right click on the mouse. And then this is either enter or tab, I believe. Yeah, so you have 5 options of which one, what you want these pedals to do. But yeah, it's no different, really. It's just a pre-programmed. It's very simple, guys. It's actually just a pre-programmed 2-key keyboard. That's really all it is, with 5 layers. That's all this thing is. Not much different from my pedals here, which I use to toggle between among my microphones. That's why there's 3, because this one is for my nice talking microphone, this one's for my flute microphones, and then this one is for my lapel. So it's not really any different from these. This one is fun because you can program which key you want. I'm getting really nerdy, guys. But yeah, it's actually a very simple device. So like, but surprisingly, a lot of them are not USB rechargeable. Weird. Yeah. Yes, macros. So I actually have a macro pad over here, and this is instead of buying like a Stream Deck, John helped me build this and program it, and I use it as my Stream Deck. Same thing. You can just program keys into it. I think I have like 3 or 4 different layers on it. Yeah, it's really awesome. So like if you guys wanted to like build your own page turner, you totally can. It's literally just a 2-key keyboard. That's it. That's all it is. Yeah. Live, hello and welcome. Yeah, so I've looked at the price of a Stream Deck. and I was just like, it's cute, it's awesome, but it literally does the same thing as a macro pad. And on a macro pad, like on a Stream Deck, you're just programming certain keys to do something when you stream, which is like you can do the same thing here. So why am I paying extra? I mean, sure, the macro pad does not look as like cool and RGB and like streamlined as a Stream Deck, but like I don't really care. But yeah, John is a good one. He helped me build this computer. He helped me build this macro pad. You know, all the microphone stuff I did on my own, and the you know, cameras and stuff and the lights. But yeah, it is very, very convenient to have a significant other who is into computers and stuff. It is, especially when you do what I do. So I'm very bad at asking for help though. So he tends to kind of have to strong arm his way into my office and check out what is not working and make me get better equipment. So that's Hubs for you. He also ordered and built this for me and ordered these Lord of the Rings keycaps for me. You know, this desk mat, this Omori desk mat, he also bought it for me. Like, basically, there's so many things that you guys see here that's like, it's, or that I use here that like John got for me. He got this ergonomic mouse for me. You know, he knew that I was like, you know, on the hunt for a long time, but I was too cheap to get a $90 one. So he managed to find I think it was like we ended up getting for like $55, something like that. You know, that's my love. My love has, like, you know, if you guys are wondering why this stream is as good as it is, it legit is because John has been supporting me from behind the scenes, you know. Arnav, hello, welcome. Okay, we should begin practicing. Let's do this. Elevator music as we bring our whole setup up and running. I'm just moving my pedals towards me so that I have easy access towards them, to them, that is. Okay, excellent. We'll do this. Cool, okay. Excuse me, guys, while I take off my socks. I get a little clammy if I wear socks for too long. And I've already worn them for a few hours, so I know I'm probably going to sweat a little bit while doing this, so I think it's better if we take them off. Can't stay long, but you're silently watching while doing homework. Sounds good. Get your homework done, and then you can, I hope you have a great weekend ahead. You know, I didn't always do my homework on Friday evenings, but whenever I did, I would have a fantastic weekend. So highly recommend, you know, and encourage you to keep going, as we say in Cantonese, 加油, which means add oil, literally. It's basically, it's like floor the pedal, or like, you know, you can do it, you know, that kind of expression. So add oil, you can do it. Go for it. I've heard of withering waves, and I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm so sorry, guys, if I start speaking loudly, because I've popped my loop earplugs in. I can still hear everything, but I can really hear my own voice in my head right now. And I don't know how loud I'm speaking. I literally have to look. Yeah, I'm definitely speaking louder right now. But I have to look at my levels on my streaming software to know how loud I'm speaking. You'll type louder? That sounds good. Okay, yeah, sounds good. Okay, let's do this. Let's get our timer going and then see. Today is just observing how I sound when I support. So I may need to kind of go back and forth between wearing earplugs and not wearing earplugs to make sure I'm doing everything correctly. So let's see. We'll start this. All right. Yeah, it legitimately, it sounds more resonant. I'm surprised by how resonant that sounds even through the earplugs. Okay. I want to work on the high notes. That to me still sounds like feels like I'm overblowing. So I want to see what I can do with my support to make it so that the high notes don't feel as much like I'm overblowing. Okay, I can at least hit it more frequently this way. I'm also feeling I definitely need to keep my mouth, I'm bearing down on my top lip. So I'm really feeling that now. It really comes out a lot more easily if I keep my embouchure tall up high, which also means keeping like the roof of my mouth lifted as well. So I'm going to work on a little bit more of that. Okay. Okay. Low notes for sure are feeling very resonant. You know, I messed with the compressor on the voice mic for sure. I have yeah, I messed with the compression and it sounded awful on this microphone. So I took out the compressor, but I have an equalizer filter. What else do I have? I have noise suppression, equalizer, limiter. Isn't that great? Creative username. Hello and welcome back. How are you doing? It was using a software compressor, which probably was why it did not sound good. So I believe the flute one only has a limiter. It's just so I don't blow your brains out in case it gets way too loud. Yeah. Yeah. Software compressor, the filter was not great. So, yeah. You're getting your flute back from COA tomorrow. Oh my gosh, you're gonna have such a great time. My flute felt so good right after. Like I could like scream all the way up to the high C on the harmonics, no problem. Like it just came right out. Sorry, it just came right out. It's freaking amazing. So, I actually do wonder if like my cork is already going a little bit, but it doesn't matter. All good. We will continue. So, Moïse, let's wake up my pedal. There we go. It's awake now. So we're doing number 12 and we're tonguing everything. Okay, very cool. Bass note here is middle register B, and then we are jumping to every other note in our range. Okay, let's do this. Oh, sorry. My voice was very soft when I was saying all of that, but well, whatever. We're gonna start playing now. I think I'm very slightly overblowing that B, that middle register B, I think. Going high. Okay. Okay. High notes, I'm definitely, I think, placing them better. I can feel myself not pinching down now. I think it's as the intervals get bigger and bigger, I'm starting to overblow the B, the higher B. So I have to be careful that as the intervals get larger and larger, that I don't overblow the upper note. So I think this is very applicable to the Ibert. I have to be very careful that if I do very large leaps, that I don't try and overwork the high one. I also feel like I could do more support. So generally speaking, that was okay though. So I think I want to do, oops, there we go. I want to do the second articulation now. Anyway, let me catch up with the chat. Vlad, I noticed you asking if the COA affects the consistency of the notes. It absolutely does, especially the head joint cork. If the head joint cork is old, I think what it does is that it doesn't seal quite properly. So your high notes become a lot more resistant and your low notes become extremely inconsistent. It's a very typical issue. The more you play, the faster that cork is going to deteriorate. So I'm playing a lot more these days than I was last year. So I'm not surprised that the cork is kind of starting to deteriorate a little bit. Yeah. You have come to have your brains blown out. Is that right, Rogue? All right. You know, Beth, totally good to be addicted with Lego. I don't feel that Lego has an age restriction, you know? Peter, thank you so much for the kind words. I hope you're having a great time. Thank you for coming out to hang out with us. Yeah. Okay. So you've played 4 to 6 hours per day since you got this flute back in September. Bye-bye cork. Yeah, your cork is probably dead. I am not surprised if your cork is very dead. Very, very dead. So like something that you could do is you can go to whoever is your closest local technician and have them just replace the cork. The cork itself is really, really cheap. Anywhere from from what I hear is about $5 to $7 to replace it, something like that. It's a really, really quick, cheap fix. So if you want to see Phil change mine, you can go to my COA video. there's a portion of it where he just very quickly changes out my cork. It's really awesome. It's really cool. Okay, let's now do slurring from the bass note. Is it from, I never know which one this is. What's the second one? The second version is, yeah, from the bass note to all the changing notes. Okay, so here we go. All right, so we've worked enough on the low ones that I'm getting more used to not letting go of my support for the low ones, but not for going higher. The higher I go, the more I actually let go of my support and then push from here. So I want to do the ones going up again. All right, I felt it. You let go here, but you strengthen down here. So there is actually a feeling of letting go, but you let go from here, not down here. And I was getting them mixed up. So I would push from here, but then let go of my support. Okay. Okay, I think that's as good as it's going to get today. But that was already a huge discovery that I'm switching where I need to feel myself letting go. How do you make your high notes enjoyable to listen to? That's a very good question. I'm kind of working on that myself. But a lot of support and not like forcing from your chest, neck, or mouth. Yeah, a lot of low support. Hey, Michael, how are you? Welcome back. So Big Vibes explains why you can no longer even get the 8th C harmonic on yours. Is it because your cork is long dead? Is that why? Yeah. There you go. Rogue is also correct. Drinking coffee, soda, other things, and then blowing that into the flute probably wears out your cork faster than average. If Yep. That'll do it. That's why you guys will often see me either only drinking water, or I will at the very least rinse out my mouth with water. Yeah. Oh, playing with your dogs all day. That sounds so fun. So cute. Okay, we are going to do circular breathing now. I feel like that was a really good, nice key discovery. And I feel like I can feel it more because it's not so blaringly loud to me because I have the loop earplugs in. So I can actually pay attention now to more of what's actually happening. It's good stuff. Okay. I can do it pretty well on my hand now. Hey, Carol. Welcome back. How are you? It's okay. It's okay. I'm slightly more used to like making sure that I'm bringing my lower core muscles out to suck in air, because that's actually how you can suck in air really fast. If you just try to do it through like up here, you don't suck the air in fast enough. So I have to make sure that my core is really kind of like coming out. Yeah, you can suck in air way faster if you're actually supporting correctly. So it's actually a good thing that we are kind of like working in a little bit of circular breathing while working on support. Okay, that's what I'm learning this time. I have to really make sure I'm using my lower core, bringing the muscles out to suck in air really fast. Okay, cool. Well, we will move on to 444 in 480 exercises. All right, we're doing broken 7th chords, root note on B. Okay, so let's give this a go. So I'm still bearing down on my top lip. I'm trying to find where I start doing that and then prevent myself from doing it. All right, I need a second to find the high A coming from the D. So I'm going to repeat that a few times. Trying to keep it, my lip taller, the inside of my mouth taller. I do need to increase the airspeed, but not by much. So I'm still imagining this high D to A, 1 octave lower, like what is the difference between those two notes? I'm doing that difference up there instead of just like blowing my brains out on the A. Okay. We'll move on. it's the same concept that I was talking about in the De La Norte. I keep getting confused between pushing from here and pushing from down here. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit of time to get used to. I'm going to explore another spot, which is coming down to the F sharp from the high B. I need to figure out what's going on there. Yeah, so I need to keep everything really loose here, strengthen down here, but also resonate the note higher in the mouth without pushing it. There's a lot of things to keep in mind. Okay, we're going to keep going. I think a lot of the same concepts are going to apply in the next iteration. I'm going to try feeling like I'm angling the A downward, high A downward. We'll see how it works. once more, just to get that A, because the next time I do this is going to be A sharp. There's a very specific spot the A wants to pop. So I have to move it to that position in my mouth, and then my support can just take it from there. Next. The fingerings are weird, man. Okay. I was pushing from up here again. Got to keep that support up. There it is. That was it. That was it. right, for the sake of time, we'll leave that. We got it to work. It was a little bit difficult because the fingerings were so wonky that I kept going back to the way that I normally play. Thank you. But yeah, definitely going a little bit back and forth. I love that you guys are like, it seems that you guys are like nerding it out together right now. Am I reading the chat correctly? You guys are helping each other out? You guys are awesome. Ah, I love it. I love that we can do that. Okay, so we are done with 444. And next is 97, right? This chart is like so crammed. Okay, feeling good, feeling good. So we're doing 97 next. Okay. I like that I didn't take out my earplugs once today. I don't feel like I need to. Weird. I can absolutely feel and hear the resonance that I now have. And it is exactly the same concept as yesterday, that like I need to pretend that I am playing like an octave below what I'm actually playing so that I don't end up overblowing. Okay, so we wanted to start from Q8. Okay, let's wake up my pedal. There we go. Okay. Aside from the little, I rushed a bit. There was a part that I rushed a bit. That was way better than what I was doing yesterday. Oh, there we go. Okay. I'm more successful at keeping it higher, like my not pinching my embouchure today. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave it. It's not. I feel like I could slightly overblow less, but that's about as good as I've done it. All right, we keep going. Cool. Probably could stand to go faster. All right, so I combined a couple of concepts. A few weeks back, I had learned from Sean the flutist, who comes to the chat every now and then, to stabilize my my flute strategically using like the fingers of the opposite hand of, you know, whichever hand is doing unstable fingerings. So that's been really helpful. So that stabilizes the flute. It makes it so that I don't feel like I have to like slap the flute to keep it in place. Keeping my embouchure really like tall, loose, even as I go up, relying on the support. And that seems to just kind of make everything so much easier. It's easier, if you play this way, it is actually easier to think of it in slow-mo. That's the part that I find very interesting right now. Yeah, I've never really been able to play that section there with that much ease. So fun. I get to keep going. That high A. Okay. Not bad. I think I would like to go back and do this section again. With more evenly. I need to do this section more evenly. So we'll go back. know, for fun later, I'll break out my nouveau. I can see that Creative is asking how a nouveau sounds. I have a nouveau flute that was gifted by you guys. I still think I can clean up a few spots here and there, but for the most part, really not bad, not bad. Double tongue is what I'm doing here. I'm definitely double tonguing. I was working way too hard before. Way too hard. Like that is significantly easier now that I'm doing it in all these different ways that we've been talking about. Stabilizing the flute, support, loosen up on the, and keep things really tall in the mouth and in the embouchure aperture, in the high notes, imagining that everything I'm playing an octave lower, and if it's the low register, I pretend I'm playing whistle tones. It just like makes, it almost makes me slightly mad how much easier it makes flute playing. You know? So, wow. Okay, so we are doing movement 2. We're just going to keep going through them. So next time, which of course means that I'm probably going to get dinged by the, I only ever get dinged on the second movement there's an algorithm bot thing that keeps thinking that the second movement of the Ibert is the second movement of the Khachaturian that is someone else's recording, and I'm like, no, this is me. Like, what the heck are you doing? So anyway, for fun, let's break out the Nouveau to play some Genshin. It is a surprisingly decent flute. So I personally really like it. Okay. All right, let's do this. All right, it's Nouveau flute time. I freaking love this thing. It's so cute. It's incredibly cute. The whole thing is plastic. And does it play like heaven? No, it doesn't. Okay? It doesn't play like heaven, but it plays very, very decently. Like, I'm surprised by how decently this thing plays. Let's see how it plays with my crazy support. As you can hear, it doesn't get very loud because it's plastic, but it is pretty darn halfway decent. It's fairly decent, weirdly. But you can hear some of the high notes don't really want to like come out. it's surprisingly good, right? Like it's just that the high notes, they really are very, very thin on this. Doesn't want to do that. Where is that high note? Okay, it's very forward. Okay. If I had a little bit more time, I could probably figure out where that high A actually wants to sit. I don't think I'm resonating it where this flute wants it to be. But yeah, the support actually really helps playing on this flute. It's actually surprising. Because you can't actually blow. It's weird. I think it's because it's plastic. In order for this to sound good, you can't blow too hard into this thing. So the support is absolutely helping. Okay. That's the part I keep forgetting. This is the Nouveau flute. It's plastic. Like a toy. This is like I think it was who is it? Was it Creative or who wanted to? Yeah, I think Creative wanted to hear what a Nouveau sounds like. It's surprisingly very good. I think this thing runs about $200, something like that. I think so. But yeah, it's surprisingly very good. It's just that like once you hit high G though, high G and above is very unreliable. And it sounds really kind of wispy, like the flute doesn't really want to give it to you. So yeah. Yeah, it is a very good deal. It's a fully working flute. It's C-foot joint, fully working flute, has like even all the trill keys and like thumb B flat. It just doesn't have C-sharp trill, which is understandable. I don't think you would be playing things that require a C-sharp trill with this. Yeah, it's good for playing in the park, like someone mentioned. Yeah. So Just Flutes is pricing it around $180. Yeah, so it's about $200. From what I remember, it's like just under $200. Yeah. This was a gift from one of you guys. And yeah, I love it. I love it so much. I've actually played it way more times than I anticipated I would. But yeah, it's surprisingly very good. What else can I play on this thing? I have forgotten how the Ophelia. Okay, this one. I've forgotten how this goes, so I'm just going to play off of music. and Chloe will be hard on this because it goes this piece that I just did went up to the high F, which I still feel like I can get that like clean, clear sound. But Daphnis and Chloe goes up to the high G sharp. So let's see. Sorry for all the wrong notes. It's been a hot minute. It's surprisingly good. Hypnosis. I haven't actually studied that myself, but my students have. Actually, I think I do. Okay. I do. Okay. That's pretty. I just saw the time right before I started reading that, and I need to clean up. Um, so I'm going to take out my loop earplugs. I think putting in the earplugs was the right choice. Uh, and especially it was the right choice, I think, to do it after I had somewhat figured out my support. I'm still letting go of my support here and there. So I think that would be my critique for myself, is that I can still work on not letting go of the support. Like there are moments where I can really feel it, like, you know, engaging both when I'm inhaling and when I'm exhaling. But yeah, I'm still forgetting it, which I don't like. So we'll get there. We're still kind of penduluming. But yeah, let me switch to my this screen. Good. Okay, chat's not broken. And then you guys can watch me clean up. I'm gonna clean up my my Nuvo flute first. You're welcome. You have two Nuvo flutes, blue and black. They're pretty good for teaching on, aren't they, Tracy? You agree, right? They are surprisingly good. They are surprisingly good, and for the price point too. I keep saying that, like, this is my dream like toy flute. Like this is what I always wished I had growing up. Like as a kid, I was like, why can't someone make just a plastic version of a flute? Like I would have killed for this. Am I putting this in the wrong way? Have I been putting it in the wrong way this whole time? I am unsure, guys. Have I been putting this in the wrong way the whole time? No one knows. Anyway, how's my circular breathing? It's going okay. I think today what we figured out was that I need to make sure that I am engaging my core when I am inhaling. And what I mean by that is that not pressing in while I'm inhaling. Otherwise, I'm only going to inhale up here. But I need to remember to flex my lower core muscles out. And that motion will actually suck in a lot of air. So that's what I learned today in my circular breathing. Yeah. Push out. Exactly. It's the lower core muscles have to push out. So if you guys don't know what this means for you, I'm going to link a video for you guys in the chat. This is a great way to figure out how this feels for you, because like people have mentioned this to me before, but it never occurred to me how I should be feeling it until I believe it was chat moderator Majimon Kichi sent this over. So I will let me see. I just need to find it because I was just talking about it with one of my students yesterday. Two of my students actually. Yeah, so this is the one. So it's a very like simple exercise. But here, I'll link it for you guys. This is a great exercise to understand what it means to push out your lower core muscles. They put a plate weight on their pelvis. And when they inhale, they have to lift the plate. And when they exhale, they have to let the plate come down in a controlled manner. And so that's actually how you inhale and exhale with good support. So I was fine. What I figured out I was doing in circular breathing was I was doing it the opposite way. And that was not helping. And also, if I make sure that I'm pushing out when I'm inhaling. I'll suck in way more air faster, and it's deeper too. It's like a very deep, fast breath. And the only way to do it is by using your lower core muscles and pushing them out. It sucks air in for you. So yeah, that's what I learned in today's circular breathing. Yeah. If you guys want to take a look at an electronic flute as like a synth wind instrument, I believe it's the Iwi. Insane in the Rain Music told me about it. Iwi. The Iwi, is it like the Iwi 5000 or something like that? But yeah, you guys can take a look at a bunch of them. I'll link it for you guys here too. These are the ones that people who are into like this type of sound, they really like these instruments. So it's very, very cool. Very extremely cool. Yeah. Creative, it's okay. I'm just trying it out because Jasmine Choi explained it in a masterclass, and so I've been trying to like work it out for myself. She mentioned that since you're on the flute, you have nothing to push against, so it's nigh impossible to keep the air in the cheeks. So she actually keeps her air in like her throat area and like down here, or at least she visualizes it down there. And that does actually seem to work on the flute. At least I think I'm visualizing it the same way, I think. But yeah, even I'm also still working it out. So like, you know, yeah, stick along for the ride while I figure it out, I guess. Yeah. Tracy, no worries. This is going to be archived, and like, you know, there'll be many more streams for you to hit up. I just saw that you were really sad that you missed this one. It's okay. We're still hanging out here together. You think Jasmine is hiding a scuba tank somewhere? I mean, I would not be surprised. I mean, that lady is freaking magic. She's a wizard. Like, and she's so kind too. I think that like my favorite part about watching her give master classes was that she hugged every, like, you know, she didn't forcibly hug, but like, you know, extended her arms out to hug every single student that she ended up teaching. And I just thought that was so kind and so sweet. And like, you could really tell that she sees the human in the student. She tackled them? No, 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 she did not tackle them. I will not have it be no misinformation, okay? But yeah, she was so sweet and like kind and just so real, and like yeah, she's awesome. It turns out she watches my reviews, guys. How terrifying is that? Well, let me tell you, it's extremely terrifying. But you know what? Like, I'm okay with this. Really quite terrifying to think that the you know the queen of flutes, of flute playing, it was binge watching my reviews. She told me that she was during like the orchestra rehearsal break. It's wild. It's wild, guys. I don't know what kind of life I'm living right now. Like sometimes I look at my life and I'm like, is this even real? Like, what the heck? Did Altus put out new flutes? Good to know. Oh, sorry guys. There. Good to know. Thank you so much for letting me know. Let me actually write that down. That they put out new flutes. Do you know what kind of new flutes they put out? They worked on their head joints. Oh, interesting. Like, I guess updated head joints. Interesting. Thank you, Tracy. I appreciate it. I think what it is for me is that, like, I stream, I make videos, which means that I am more or less like at home. And so I honestly I live a very, very, very quite a mundane life. And it's uh, weirdly I'm not as involved in the flute community as I think some people think I am. And so it surprises me. um uh I mean, it's not that I don't want to be involved in the flute community, but I think over the years I've been wrestling with my own self-esteem, my own self-worth. In the last couple of years, basically I've been a zombie, with, husband's TSW, topical steroid withdrawal. And so, it's one of those things that, like, every now and then something like this will happen where, like, someone will, like, I've had it happen a few times now, just a few times, but like once at the masterclass, in Vancouver, and then another time when I performed here, people have asked me for my autograph, and I'm just kind of like, whoa, because like in my normal life, it's just like before this, guys, I was cooking, and then John is, we kind of we tag teamed the cooking, so I did some prep work, and then he threw it together, just now as I was streaming. And so, like, that's my life, actually, is just kind of your very normal, like, uh like just normal survival life things, um and so yeah, when these things happen, it definitely kind of throws me for a loop, because I don't really, I don't know, I just don't really think of myself in that way. You'd ask for my autograph. Well, I'm happy to give it. Happy to provide. So, but yeah, it's I'm just really, like, I'm really thankful for the community that we have created here, in my little corner of the internet. Like, thank you guys for being so kind and for being so understanding, and also just being nerds with me. It's really fun to be nerds with other people. And I just like all of the experiences that I've had, the opportunity to even, like, meet Jasmine, the fact that she already has seen my content, and, like, meeting other people like Tatiana, and like, so many other people, like Flute Center, just, it really is because you guys have been watching and supporting, and without you guys, I really would not have all these opportunities. So thank you for making me me. You know, I it's been a wild ride, and it will continue being a wild ride. Um, thank you. You guys are too kind. Um, yeah. So yeah, it definitely, like, to me, I'm very, my life is not, like, to me, does not feel that special. So, if you guys have wondered why I don't vlog, that's why. It's because I feel like my vlogs would be so insanely boring. Um, so, anyway, I should take my leave. Thank you also very much for joining me today, for listening to me, just being nerds and geeks together. I love watching you guys help each other out and like discuss things and like really get into it. That made me really happy while I was practicing. And I hope you guys continue to do that. Keep supporting each other, keep being kind, keep being generous, keep being empathetic and compassionate. We're all on our own journeys, and so we might as well journey together, you know? So I hope you guys have a lovely weekend. The schedule is actually already up for next week. So if you want to take a, kind of an early peek at it, just head on to JustAnotherFlutist.com/schedule and you will see it there. You could add it. If you've not added it to your Google Calendar yet, you can, and it will just magically show up in your Google Calendar as well. But yeah, I will see you guys at 11 a.m. Pacific on Monday. Have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Get some rest, rejuvenate, take care of yourselves, because there's no music without the musician. Stay happy, healthy, and safe, and I will see you guys on Monday. All right, laters everyone. Bye.